I'm considered an abstract expressionist painter. I've also been considered an action painter, a gestural painter, a color field painter. Color is very important to me, movement. I like to paint sort of responses to the energy as opposed to just painting flat. I can't actually say that I have a concept when I start. However, many times I go to sleep or I wake up with a color in my mind. See, I want to start with black, or I want to start with red today. And basically it's sort of a dance with the pigment. And it's sort of a spiritual thing between me, the surface, and the pigment. And the paint speaks to me and tells me what it wants me to do, basically. And it's sort of magical. It's very exciting because the paint just does what it wants to do, and I'm sort of just the conduit. I'm very in tune to how the paint moves and spreads and flows and runs and drips and splatters. And I mean, I would have to say, I mean, I know everyone compares me to Jackson Pollock, and I used to get tired of that. And I do have some of the same techniques, but not really. I use a lot more color than he used, and I have a lot more texture and depth than he had, but he's my favorite. And then my mentor, Sam Gillian, I have to say is second. But I love the abstract painters. I mean, one of the things I was looking forward to doing is doing my black paintings, my series of black paintings. And I thought I was going to start it next year, but I'm going to postpone it for 2 more years because I think I need more experience. And then what I'll do is I'll go to some of the seminars at Golden Artist Colors and study the pigment and go up to Berlin, New York, and actually see them make the color. And then that'll give me more of a better relationship with how pigment is made and the creation. So it'll be sort of a magical experience for me to watch them do it.
You're not from Baltimore?
I'm originally from New York City.
And why are you here?
Well, I was living in the Washington area, and School 33 art program was a good opportunity to be a studio artist here. So I'm in a residency program here. I'm in my 2nd year. So I really relocated here just for this program. And that's why I'm in Baltimore.
So what projects are you currently engaged in?
Well, I've done my own work, my studio work for shows, and I also do sculpture. I was just in a show at Zenith Gallery in DC on 7th Street, 35-year-old gallery. I also am doing a community project for Main Street, Federal Hill. I'm representing Federal Hill as the artist, creating the costumes. I'm designing one costume for the executive director, Jane Siebel, who's going to be the shopper, and she's going to wear a costume and pull a shopping cart with all the bags of the businesses. Then I'm also building a box, which is going to be a Baltimore Federal Hill row house, which Barry's going to wear, who owns Scarborough Bed and Breakfast on South Charles. So I'm doing some community work there. And then I'm continuing with my own work.
So the sculptures you mentioned, do you have an example that?
Yeah, there's a spade over there, which I'll bring over to you. And then there are a couple that were just in a show in DC. This is the spade. I use a lot of found objects, and then sometimes I use ceramic pieces that I actually cast. This is my old black lady who's not finished yet. And then I also do drawings. And next year will probably a greater emphasis on my drawings. I'm going to take these larger. Most of my work is, another reason I'm in Baltimore, a lot of my work is influenced by urban environment. I consider myself an urban person. I've lived in major cities, London, Houston, Texas, Washington, D.C., and New York City. I love cities. Cities are a very important part of my work, the energy of a city. Like, this is the first painting I did when I came to Baltimore. It is called Gritty City. And if you look at a lot of my work, it has an urban flavor to it. Some of my earlier work is much like the Washington Color School, which was circle paintings. And then, that's over there. I don't know if you can really see that. But if you look at most of my work, there is an urban influence to it. And there's an urban energy, which I really like. This one over here, which has been submitted to a New York competition, the small one, that's called the Plaza. Yeah, that's small. And the one down there is called Intercourse. So you'll see an urban feel in a lot of my work.
And is this something that is going to continue to influence you?
I think so. I think so.
Not just.
I mean, I try different things. You know, right now I'm doing monoprints, but I think the energy, because it's sort of my energy, and the sense of color, like this one is firewall, the large one. I work up to 9 feet. So you can see some of my larger paintings are not stretched over there, and they're on rolls. And then I have more in the back. But yeah, urban is very important to me. But I have some other projects in the wings, like I'm going to do a series at some point, probably in the next 2 or 3 years, where I'm going to do like Limoges China, because I love porcelain. So that, but I have other projects that I have in the works in my head, but you know, I'll get to them. But my black paintings will be a big thing when I do them, and I hope to be able to start them in about 2 years. Much like the masters, like Rothko, Gilliam, Frank Stella, and all those people.
After Baltimore, where do you head off again?
I don't really know. I mean, there's a possibility. I would probably like to do a small or short internship outside the United States, because I'm trying not to be a regional artist, like I've been showing in Iowa, New York City, Salem, Massachusetts. I've been trying to get my work outside of the Mid-Atlantic region. I may apply for a residency in Baltimore. If I get the right dealer, then I may go to New York. I don't really know. I have 18 more months in a residency here. Like that's I won the Liquid Text Painting Award with that.
So which one's that?
That's called New York from the Air, number 16 up there.
Okay.
Liquid Text invented acrylic paint. I won that last January of 2007. I was the Artist of the Month. And if you look at a lot of my work, like for example, this painting is called Coney Island. That one's Lemon Drops. That's called Intensity at the top there. The black and white one is After Dark. At the top, above 11. And this is Entanglement. I'm working on a flag right now, American flag. This is called Brooklyn, this drawing. This is for Brooklyn. That's Urban Renewal. So you can see there's a...
And the Brooklyn one, did you actually do it by memory or?
Just out of my head. No, I didn't use any source except my head.
Just
I just paint what I feel. And I think also there's another reason my work is, it's sort of like writing. You write what you know, and so you sort of paint what you know. And I know cities. And I love cities. I have lived in the country. But I love the energy and the color and the texture of the city. So I guess that has a lot to do with it.